What's up guys, it's JTB Gaming here, and today we have the 9th episode of our Grimsby Town Road to Glory. And to start this episode off, we're going to look at our team overall rating. We are now a 4-star team. We're a 75 overall offense, a 76 overall midfield, and a 75 overall defense. The shape that I'm looking to use at the beginning of the season is a 4-3-2-1. So we'll have Campbell in goal, Stewart at right back, Pollock and Clark at center backs, Rafferty at left back, with McNamee and Sibley at center mids, Vertanen at the middle center mid. However, he will be going forward, Gioacchini and Taylor at outside forwards, with Dyke at striker. Looking at our youth academy, I've decided to send our first scout to Uruguay for 6 months to find an attacker, our second scout to find some technically gifted Brazilians, and our third scout to find some playmaking Argentinians. We have some transfer news, as I've decided to sell Daryl Dyke to SL Benfica. We just were given too much money for me to say no. I mean, it's $15.5 million for a player that I don't think is going to be playing for us much longer, so it was purely a business decision. Mark Lynch will be joining Newcastle on a 2-year loan. He played with us a lot last season, however, I don't feel like he'll be good enough at the Premier League level, so I do want him to go out and get some playing experience with another Premier League side. I've also loaned out Jack Morrison to Willem II. He will be joining them for the rest of the season. Again, he played for us some last year. I just want him to go out and get more experience and improve. We now have our first leg of our Europa League qualifiers match, and we will be facing FC Nordstjerland at the Right to Dream Park. They will be lining up in a 4-3-3 false 9. We will be lining up in that 4-3-2-1. The only change I've made is that since we got rid of Dyke, I've moved Taylor to striker. I've put Vertanen at left forward and Kavanaugh at that advanced center mid. In the 8th minute, Taylor is played in behind the defense. He uses his speed to get past the defender before smashing it into the side netting to put us up 1-0 early in the game. In the 29th minute, Gioacchini has the ball on the edge of their box. He loses the ball, but he gets it back immediately, and he's able to put it near post past the keeper to put us up 2-0. In the 37th minute, Gioacchini plays the ball to Taylor. Taylor then backheels it back to Gioacchini, who puts it past the keeper to put us up 3-0. In the 60th minute, they have the ball in our box. The ball is played out wide. It is crossed into the box and then headed into the back of the net to make the score now 3-1. At full time, we would go on to win 3-1 thanks to 2 goals from Gioacchini and a goal from Taylor. Before we get into the second leg of the qualifiers game, we have some youth academy news, as I've decided to promote Hong Jil Cho. He is a 64 overall with a potential of 69 to 89. In the second leg of the qualifiers, I simmed the match and we were able to win 3-1 thanks to a goal from Vertanen, Taylor, and Kinsambi, as we will advance in our hopes to qualify for the Europa League. We were able to win 3-1 twice, making this aggregate score 6-2. Looking at the other teams that are in the qualifying round, I only think that Nice will be a problem for us. In the playoff round, we've been drawn against Irish side Bohemians. This is probably the luckiest draw we will ever get, as Bohemians are a very, very bad team that we might have been able to beat in our very first season. We have a little bit of transfer news, as I've decided to loan out Minoru Sasaki for 2 years to Preston. He has potential to be special, and we just promoted him last season, so he is not good enough yet. However, hopefully by the time he returns from that loan spell, he will be good enough. Since we have money and we are in the Premier League, I am looking to bring in a couple of players, and the first of which I'm looking to bring in a new left back, and that is in Mark Cucurella. He's currently worth $61 million, and they want us to buy him for around $80 million to $115 million. However, he has a $37.5 million release clause, so I will be looking to utilize that. The second player I'm looking to bring in is Hennis Wolf. He is an attacking mid from RB Leipzig. He has a value of $36 million. They want us to buy him for $44.6 million to $65 million. However, he has a $20.9 million release clause, so I will be looking to take advantage of that. He is a very pacey and good dribbler, so he will fit right in with the team. Another player I'm looking to bring in is Ademola Lookman. He is worth $25 million with a release clause of $19 million. They want us to buy him for $31.2 million or $45.9 million, so I definitely will use that release clause. The final player I'm looking to bring in is Tyler Adams. He is also from Leipzig. He's a defensive mid or a right wing back, but I will be playing him a defensive mid. He is a valuation of $33.5 million. They want us to buy him for $39 million to $52 million, but he has a $24.7 million release clause. After we easily coasted by Bohemians, we have been drawn in Group G of the Europa League. We have been drawn with Serie A side at Atalanta, Dutch side AZ, and Danish side FC Copenhagen. Jonathan Morgan has completed his loan move and he will be joining Cardiff City for 1 year. We have some big transfer news as I've sold Jack Lancaster to SC Braga for $16.5 million. With all the new signings I'm looking to bring in, he just wouldn't be getting any playing time, so I figured we'd get rid of him now rather than later. I have opened negotiations with Adams, Lookman, and Wolf as I've activated all of their release clauses and I'm looking to negotiate with them and bring them in. The most important and my personal preference of all these players was Hannes Wolf, and we have signed him first. We were also able to get the deal done to buy Tyler Adams. We were also able to sign Ademola Lookman. With the arrival of Tyler Adams, I've decided to get rid of Kinsambi and he will be joining Leicester City for $7.2 million. I've also decided to get rid of Gioacchini as he will be joining Sporting CP for $22.9 million. Kenneth Morgan will also be leaving the team as he will be joining New York City FC for $255,000. Now looking at promoting some youth players, and the first of which is Jamie Durate. He is a Argentinian winger who is a 64 overall with the potential of 68 to 94. Durate is showing great potential, so I will be looking to sell him. The second player I'm looking at promoting is Ramiro Guerrero. He is a playmaking Argentinian center mid who is a 60 overall with the potential of 77 to 94. Guerrero is also showing great potential, so I will be looking to sell him. The third player I'm promoting is Bruno Ferreira. He's a technically gifted left mid from Brazil. He is a 60 overall with a potential of 65 to 83. Ferreira is not even showing great potential, so I will be looking to get rid of him no matter what. We have also gone on to sell Connor Murphy to Guilherme for $6.5 million. One player that will be leaving us once the transfer window opens in January is Vertanen, as I have loaned him out for 2 years to Arsenal. I just feel like we need him for these next 6 months, but after that I'm unsure, so I will just loan him out and we'll have to worry about that decision later. We now have our first Europa League Group stage game as we host AZ at the Blundell Park. We will be lining up in a 4-2-3 defend. We will have Campbell in goal, Stewart at right back, Pollock and Clark at center backs, with Rafferty at left back. We will have Sibley and Adams at defensive mids, Wolf at center mid, Lookman and McNamee on the wings with Taylor up top. AZ will be lining up in a 4-3-3 holding. The player we're going to have to watch out for is their striker, Oddly. In the 51st minute, Wolf is dribbling with the ball. He then holds it up before he plays it to McNamee, who absolutely lets it rip and converts from outside the box to put us up 1-0. In the 63rd minute, Lookman plays the ball to Sibley. Sibley dribbles in the box. He gets around defenders before crossing it back post to Adams, who puts it in the back of the net to put us up 2-0. In the 69th minute, AZ have a free kick in a dangerous area. Adley steps up to take it. He puts it upper 90 off the post. Honestly, can't complain about conceding that goal, as we now go down 2-1 after this brilliant free kick. In stoppage time, Kavanaugh gets the ball in the box. He's able to turn around one defender before smashing it near post past the keeper to put us up 3-1. At full time, we would go on to win 3-1 thanks to goals from McNamee, Adams, and Kavanaugh. I have some more transfer news as Sardella will be joining PSV once the transfer window opens for $16.5 million. We've also sold Hongil Cho to Severit FC for $1.25 million. We now have a tough game as we travel to face Atalanta in the Europa League Group stage. Atalanta will be lining up in a 3-4-1-2. We're going to have to watch out for Origi, who has joined Atlanta from Watford. Have made one change to the starting lineup as Kavanaugh is in for Sibley. In the 22nd minute, Lookman has played it in behind the defense. He plays it across to Taylor, who puts it into the back of the net to put us up 1-0. In the 27th minute, Atalanta have the ball in the box. Clark is able to block the cross, however, their player volleys it off the deflection to tie the game up at 1-1. In stoppage time of the first half, Atalanta have the ball in our box. It is crossed back to Origi before he puts it into the back of the net to put us down 2-1. In the 48th minute, we have a stoppage in play as the referee will be handing out a card to one of our players. It is our right back Stewart, and he will be receiving a red card as we do not have any chance of winning this game, likely. And as you can see, is for that challenge right there. In the 55th minute, McNamee has the ball in their box. He plays it across for Wolf. Wolf then puts it past the keeper to tie the game up at 2-2. In the 86th minute, the ball's played through to Wolf. Wolf plays it across for Taylor. Taylor is able to convert from the tight angle to put us up 3-2 late in the game. At full time, we would go on to win 3-2 despite being down to 10 men for the majority of the second half. We now have another Europa League Group stage game as we host FC Copenhagen. For this game, we will continue to line up in a 4-3-3 defend. The only change we've made is I have put Sibley back in for Kavanaugh and Sardella in for Stewart. Copenhagen will be lining up in a 4-4-2. In stoppage time of the first half, Taylor has the ball in their box. He cuts it back for Wolf, and Wolf puts it into the side netting past the keeper to put us up 1-0. At full time, we would go on to win 1-0 thanks to that goal from Wolf. One player that I'm going to be promoting from our youth academy is Yutaka Ngochi. He is a 60 overall Japanese winger with a potential of 91 to 94. Noguchi has potential to be special, so we definitely will be keeping him around. One player that will be leaving on loan for the rest of the season is Connor Mitchell, as he will be joining Burnley. We now have another Europa League group stage game as we travel to face FC Copenhagen at the Telia Parken. FC Copenhagen will be lining up in a 4-4-2. We will again be lining up in that 4-3-3 defend as I've decided to swap Stewart back in for Zardella as he is no longer suspended. In the 13th minute, Wolf has the ball in the opposition box. He crosses it into Taylor, who puts it into the back of the net to put us up 1-0. In the 20th minute, McNamee has the ball as he's in behind the defense. He leaves it across for Taylor as Taylor puts it into the back of the net for his second goal of the day to put us up 2-0. In the 33rd minute, the ball is played in behind the defense for Taylor as he cuts back onto his strong foot and puts it past the keeper to complete his hat trick to put us up 3-0. At full time, we would go on to win 3-0 thanks to that hat trick from Taylor. We will be loaning out another player as Keith McDonald will be joining Cagliari for the rest of the season once the transfer window opens. One player I'm really excited about promoting is Jordan Green. He is an attacking mid from Australia. He is a 60 overall with a potential of 91 to 94. Jordan Green has potential to be special, so he definitely will be a good player for us in the future. We now have another Europa League game as we travel to face AZ at the AFA Stadion. AZ will be lining up in that 4-3-3 holding. We will again have to watch out for Adley. For this game, we've made a couple of changes. We will continue to keep our 4-3-3 defense shape. However, Sardella is in for Stewart, and McDonald is in for Taylor. In the 39th minute, McDonald is in behind the defense. He's then one-on-one with the keeper before he puts it past him to put us up 1-0. In the 42nd minute, Lokeman has the ball out wide. He does a skill move to get by a defender before putting it near post past the keeper to put us up 2-0. In stoppage time of the first half, Wolf has the ball. He plays it into McNamee. McNamee then is able to curl it around the keeper and it's a beautiful goal to put us up 3-0 before halftime. As you can see from this angle, he just curls it around the keeper on the volley. An absolutely amazing goal. In the 54th minute, McDonald plays it out wide to McNamee. McNamee hits it right back into Wolf, and Wolf beats the keeper to put it near post to put us up 4-0. In the 66th minute, we look to play the ball out, but Pollock turns it over as Adley is able to convert that mistake into a goal, as we are now only up 4-1. At full time, we would go on to win 4-1 thanks to goals from McDonald, Lookman, McNamee, and Wolf. We have a little bit more transfer news as Brendan Crowe will be joining Athletic Club on a short loan once the transfer window opens. Heading into the month of January, we are currently 11th in the Premier League. I have not been playing many games as our primary focus has been on the Europa League. In the FA Cup, we beat Sheffield Wednesday in the third round, easily 2-1, and we will be advancing. In the Carabao Cup, we did make it to the semifinals, and we will be facing Manchester United. In the Europa League, we did make it out of the group stage, in first place, and we will be facing Real Sociedad in the round of 32. Taking a quick look at the players that will be leaving the team once the transfer window opens, Murphy, Sardella, and Cho have all been sold. Vertanen, Mitchell, McDonald, and Crow will all be heading out on loan. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. And it's JTB Gaming, signing off.